Switzerland, a tiny, landlocked country in the heart of Europe, yet one of the wealthiest, safest, happiest, and most admired nations on Earth. A place with no ocean, no colonial empire, no major natural resources, but somehow it became the global symbol of perfection. But what if I told you Switzerland's success wasn't luck? It's the result of 700 years of survival, unity and diversity, and a political system that is so unusual. It shouldn't work, but it does. This is the story of why Switzerland works, and why the entire world looks at this little alpine nation with admiration. Switzerland's modern identity begins with mountains, massive, beautiful, and unforgiving. 60% of the country is covered by the Alps. For much of history, these mountains isolated Swiss communities from the rest of Europe. Travel was dangerous. Winters were brutal. Farming was difficult. But this isolation did something unique. It created self-reliant communities. People depended heavily on cooperation. Survival required trust and discipline. Villages developed their own customs and governance. This early culture, shaped by nature, would later become the foundation for Swiss democracy. In 1291, 3 small alpine communities, Uri, Schwyz, and Unterwalden, signed a pact. They weren't trying to build a country. They just wanted to protect themselves from the powerful Habsburg Empire. This pact became known as the Swiss Confederation. Over centuries, more regions joined, not by conquest, not by force, but by choice. They united for one purpose: to survive together in a dangerous world. By the 1500s, Switzerland had a reputation for producing fierce soldiers. Swiss mercenaries were feared and respected across Europe. Even today, the Vatican's Swiss Guards are a reminder of that legacy. But after a brutal defeat in 1515, the Swiss learned another important lesson. War destroys freedom. So they embraced a new strategy: neutrality. Swiss neutrality didn't come from weakness. It came from logic. Surrounded by France, Germany, Austria, and Italy, some of Europe's strongest nations, war was suicide. Neutrality became Switzerland's shield. During both world wars, Switzerland armed its borders heavily. The Alps were turned into fortress zones. Every mountain pass could be destroyed to block invaders. Civilians were trained. Diplomats worked endlessly. Hitler had invasion plans, but the cost was too high, the terrain too difficult, and Switzerland's economy too intertwined with Europe to risk it. Neutrality didn't just protect Switzerland, it turned it into a global hub for peace. Red Cross, Geneva Convention, United Nations offices, international diplomacy meetings. Switzerland became the world's meeting room. Switzerland has the closest thing to pure democracy in the modern world. Here, citizens vote 4 times a year. Referendums can challenge any law. People can add new laws to the constitution. Local governments have more power than the national government. This system forces politicians to listen, because the people can overrule them at any time. Swiss democracy is slow. It's complicated. It requires patience. But it creates one thing every country wants: trust. In Switzerland, citizens don't just live in a country, they actively manage it. Switzerland's wealth doesn't come from natural resources. It comes from precision, innovation, and stability. Key economic pillars. 1. Banking and finance. Not secrecy. Stability made Swiss banking famous. Rich people trust Switzerland because the system works. 2. Watches. Omega, Rolex, Patek Philippe. Swiss watches became luxury icons through craftsmanship, not mass production. 3. Pharmaceuticals and science. Companies like Novartis and Roche are global leaders. Switzerland invests heavily in research. 4. Precision engineering. From medical tools to world-class trains, Swiss engineering focuses on quality. 5. Tourism. Millions visit the Alps every year. 6. Highly skilled workforce. Swiss education is built around technical training, apprenticeships, and real skills. Together, these make Switzerland one of the richest nations per capita, year after year. The Swiss transportation network is a masterpiece of engineering. Trains are almost never late. Every village is connected. Cable cars reach remote valleys. The Gotthard-based tunnel is the longest tunnel in the world. Roads and rails cut through mountains with surgical precision. In Switzerland, even the public transport feels luxurious. This system tells a deeper truth about Swiss culture. They invest heavily in public good because everyone benefits from quality. Swiss people are known for a few things: cleanliness, privacy, efficiency, being on time, love for nature, respect for rules, high quality of life. Food culture is simple but iconic. Cheese fondue, raclette, Swiss chocolate, rosti. Switzerland is multicultural, yet extremely organized. 4 languages exist peacefully: German, French, Italian, Romansh. This diversity could create chaos, but instead, it creates harmony. So, what's the formula? Checkmark geography shaped a culture of self-reliance. Checkmark history taught the value of unity. Checkmark neutrality protected stability. Checkmark direct democracy built trust. Checkmark precision and quality powered the economy. Checkmark diversity encouraged cooperation. Checkmark investment in public services improved life. Switzerland works because its people chose a system that rewards responsibility, participation, and excellence. Switzerland isn't perfect. No country is. But in a world filled with conflict and division, this little alpine nation stands as proof that diversity, democracy, and discipline can build something extraordinary. Switzerland works because its people work together. Now the question is, could the rest of the world copy this model? Or is Switzerland's success something that could only be created here, among the mountains?